Good morning and welcome to the Xpediator Plc Annual General Meeting. Throughout this recorded meeting, attendees will be in listen-only mode. Questions are encouraged and can be submitted at any time by the Q&A tab situated on the right-hand corner of your screen. Just simply type in your questions and press send. The company may not be in a position to answer every question submitted today. However, all questions will be reviewed with responses published on the Investor Meet Company platform, where it is appropriate to do so. I'd now like to hand you over to Interim Chairman Gillian Wilmot. Good morning.
Good morning and welcome to the Xpediator AGM. We have the board here. Next slide, please. So myself, as you can see here, also sitting next to me is Rob Riddleston, who was interim chairman before me and is a non-executive director on our board. Mike Stone, our CEO. Charles McGurin is dialing in, and Richard Myson, our CFO, is also here in the room with us. Next slide, please. Okay, I'm now going to read our trading update statement, which went out this morning. So, Xpediator, a leading provider of freight management services across the UK and Central and Eastern Europe, will make the following statement at the AGM today, and I'm reading it. Following a strong initial start to trading in the year, particularly from the group's Central and Eastern European operations, the company has continued to trade well despite the effect of Russia's invasion of Ukraine, the impact of which to date has largely been offset with increased volumes in other markets. The group is in a good position, and with its asset-light base, it is shielded from some energy and other inflationary cost pressures, but not all. On the 1st of June, Richard Myson returned to the company as Group CFO. I was appointed interim chairman alongside Mike Stone, who joined as interim CEO. Richard served as CFO for Xpediator at the time of the company's IPO, and in total has 15 years of extremely valuable experience with the business. Myself and Mike bring significant experience and skills from senior management and board roles in other companies, especially leading teams to improve performance and business results. The new management team are focused on providing close support to the senior management teams of all three of our divisions while conducting a comprehensive view of all aspects of the business. I'll now move on to Outlook. The company recognises the economic uncertainty and resulting potential headwinds created by the events in Ukraine, driving up inflation and creating caution around business and consumer spending, and constantly reviews its plans and performance to mitigate these. These matters aside, the company continues to trade well and will enter the traditionally stronger second half of the year well placed to continue to perform. Finally, we are encouraged by the potential for further growth within the business. In particular, there are clear organic opportunities to improve the underlying performance of the UK business, and the new management team are well placed to address any other challenges and to capitalise on any opportunities that arise within the wider business. That concludes the statement on the trading update. Thank you. Next slide, please. We now move on to the resolutions, which I will read out in terms of the resolution and the proxy votes, and there are some additional votes to be added. So, next slide, please. So you can see the ordinary resolutions here. So adopting the annual accounts is resolution 1. We have 85,916,171 votes for, 2,000 votes against, 2,000 withheld, total of 85,920,171. Resolution 2, to approve the directors' remuneration report, we have for 23,943,167, against 34,812, withheld 61,942,192. Total votes by proxy 85,920,171. Resolution 3, to appoint Richard Myson as director of the company for 85,893,671, against 24,500, withheld 2,000, total 85,920,171. Resolution 4, to reappoint Crowe LLP as auditors of the company for 85,900,859 votes, against 17,312, withheld 2,000, total votes cast by proxy 85,920,171. Resolution 5, to declare a final dividend of 60 pence per ordinary share for the year ended the 31st of December 2021. For 85,911,171, against 7,000, withheld 2,000, total votes cast by proxy 85,920,171. Resolution 6, to authorise the directors to allot share capital for 45,693,409, against 2,954,655, withheld 37,272,107, total votes cast by proxy 85,920,171. Resolution 7, to disapply the statutory preemption rights, and that is for 36,360,596, against 12,280,468, withheld 37,272,107, total votes by proxy 85,920,171. Resolution 8, to disapply the statutory preemption in respect of the allotment of shares for 36,377,043, against 12,280,468, withheld 37,262,660, total votes by proxy 85,920,171. Resolution 9, to generally authorise the company to make market purchase of its shares for 45,735,126, against 2,922,385, withheld 37,262,660, total votes by proxy 85,920,171. I hereby declare all resolutions passed. We will have some additional votes voted in the room in addition to those proxies to add to those numbers. So, moving on now, please, to questions.
We've got one of the questions online about the company's ability to pass through cost pressures to customers, and the competitive advantage we have from sourcing transport capacity within Central and Eastern and Europe. Richard, is that something I can ask you and Mike to make a comment on?
Yeah, well, within our freight forwarding sector, we have very few long-term contracts. It's very much a transactional business. And the advantage of that is that we agree spot rates with our customers and our suppliers. So as we see our cost base increase, we're able to pass that on to our clients. The benefit of the CE market for us, there's a multitude of hauliers in the CE region, disproportionate to the size geographically and the population. And we're able to source good traffic at reasonable rates and utilise those across the rest of Europe.
Thank you. We're just looking at the questions coming up on the screen. Any more questions? I hope the technology is working. This question is, when's the company, from Gary, when does the company anticipate being able to decide whether to pay a special dividend?
So you'll appreciate we have 3 new directors on the board, and we've only been in place just over a week. So we're assessing this situation, and we will be able to give a further update during the publication of the interim accounts later this year.
Hope that answers your question, Gary. Thank you. Do you have any more questions? Maybe it takes time to type.
So Gillian, we left it a few moments, but there's actually no more questions come through today. But I'd just like to thank you for updating attendees today. Could I please ask attendees not to close this session, as you'll now be automatically redirected to provide your feedback in order that the board can better understand your views and expectations. This will only take a few minutes to complete, and I'm sure will be greatly valued by the company. On behalf of the board of Xpediator Plc, we'd like to thank you for attending today's annual general meeting, and good morning to you all.